Hi, welcome for tonight's Yeovil Window Wonderland's online workshop. And I'm Zoe from Yeovil Art Space. And I here with us is Hannah Bottomley. Hi, Hannah. Hi. So if you got your activities pack with you and then take it out, and then we're going to talk through that step by step. And all the activity packs, I know that it's been gone already. So if you can't get hold of one, and don't worry, the instructions and the guide, which is Hannah's design, will be on the website as well. So you can download, and all the materials should be easy to find at home. So I hope you enjoy tonight. So here we are. So welcome, Hannah.
Thank you, Zoe. Right, I'm going to talk you through my activity pack. First of all, I'm just going to show you what is inside it. So firstly, you've got the introduction sheet. This tells you about the Window Wonderland project, the artists involved, and also most importantly, where you can return your creations to once they're all complete. Let's pop that one over there. You will also find an instruction leaflet here, which I have designed, and I will go into that a bit more detail about that in a minute. You'll have a fish template. You've got 3 different sizes of black paper. So you've got A4, and then you've got a bigger sheet of black card, and then you've got a really massive sheet of black paper. Plus, you will find some large pieces of tissue paper in 2 different colours, and some smaller pieces in various colours for your details. You will have an envelope to return your creations to us, a glue stick and pencil, and a wooden skewer. So along with those, you will also need a pair of scissors and some sellotape, and then you should be all set. So I'm going to talk to you briefly first about the project. Our overarching theme is the sky, the land, and the sea, and my part is the sea. I really love nature, and I'm very interested in the environment. So sort of in a nutshell, the project is about the issue of plastic pollution in the sea. And I just wanted to highlight that in the window because basically we're buying too much plastic and we're not recycling it as we should be. And then it's going into the oceans and animals are eating it, or they're getting stuck in it. So I really wanted to make this issue clear with the window. But you don't have to make yours like that. You can just do a sort of happy sea scene if that works better for you. Okay, so how you can get involved is we would really love you to make us a fish. So I'm going to show you now how you can do that. So if you take your fish template, and I'm going to cut around the outside line here. Now this fish is called a silver moonie, and it lives in the Pacific Ocean. They swim around in large shoals, and I saw some actually on holiday last year. It was in Tenerife. I wasn't diving, unfortunately. I actually saw them in an aquarium. But the sight of them obviously stuck with me, because when I was thinking about what you guys could make, this one just came instantly to mind, because when they're all swimming around in this huge shoal, and there's thousands of them, and all of their scales are catching the light, they look really, really impressive. So we're hoping that once you've all sent your fish back to us, we can recreate that, and we can set up a beautiful shoal of fish in the community window, and it will look really, really great. I'm just gonna, so also I'm using a pair of scissors to do this, but if you have a craft knife, then and a cutting mat, then that will work really well as well. That's fine, just whatever works for you. Okay, so now I've got this. You'll see that we've got these two grey sections here, so you also need to cut those two out. And the way to do that with a pair of scissors is just to pinch it a little bit in the middle and then give it a little snip like that. And then you've got a hole to cut out. And do it like this. And if you don't want to make this particular fish, you can make anything. We would love to just see whatever it is that you would like to make. There's so many different types of fish that would look really lovely in the window. That's that bit cut out, and I'm going to do the same for the eye. Just give it a little pinch and a cut. It's a bit trickier with this bit because it's a bit smaller, so just be careful cutting out that bit. Okay. And then we are left with this. And now you want to find your piece of A4 black paper that I showed you at the start. And you're going to put your fish onto that. Now, if you're clever with the space, you can actually manage to fit just about 2 fish on here. It's like this. And what you want to do then is you want to take your pencil and just draw around the edge and also the bits in the middle and the eye. And then after you've done that, you will be left with this. So next, we're going to take our big pieces of tissue paper, and I'm going to start off with the lighter colour, because I've found that when you're building up the layers of tissue paper, it works really well if you start off with the lighter colour first, and then you build up with gradually darker colours, and then when the light shines through, you can see them all really, really clearly. You can see all the layers. So, importantly, when you cut out this bit, you want to keep the middle bit, because we're going to use that to trace around. So don't throw that bit away, that's really important. I'm going to pop that on here. And when you're going around it, you want to be thinking that you need to glue it onto this area. So you need to make it a bit bigger than it actually is originally. So I'm just going to go around that now. And I can show you here that I've gone a little bit wider than the original piece. So I'm just going to finish drawing around there. Okay, and then you want to take your scissors and cut that one out. And it's much better to use scissors on the tissue paper. I found that if you do try and use a craft knife on the tissue paper, it just tends to rip it, which is very frustrating. So scissors are definitely the way forward with this one. Okay, I've got my piece of tissue paper and I've got my fish. Now, when you drew it out, you'll find that you've probably still got some pencil lines on one side. So you'll probably want to make that the back of the fish. So that's the side that we're going to stick our tissue paper onto. I'm going to put a piece of white paper behind it, so that just helps you to be able to see through all the layers when you're sticking down, and you can see exactly where you're sticking it. Okay. And then you just put a really thin line of glue all around the edge. And stick on my tissue paper. Okay, and then you've got the fish that you can see through. When you're doing the eye, I wouldn't worry about tracing around the eye. All I would do is just cut out a little square of tissue paper and stick that over there. I'm going to show you some examples of some different sorts of patterns and effects that you can add now to this. I have got this one here, which is stripy, and I've achieved this, this is the reverse of it, just by ripping up paper. It's really simple and really, really effective. There's just 2 different colours on that one. And then this one, I cut the paper, and again, that's just 2 colours. They look quite messy on the back, and then they look really neat on the front. And that's the side that people are going to see from your window. Another stripy one here. This one's got 3 layers on it, and you could probably even put a 4th layer on it, and you'd still be able to see all the different layers through there. This one is a combination of ripping and cutting. It looks a bit like a sunset. This one I really like. This is my favourite. This reminds me of a watermelon, but you can find ideas everywhere really for patterns on these. This one I think there's probably to do with something extra actually right in the middle, but I'm not quite sure what to put in there. This one you can see his dinner, or maybe he's completely transparent and you can see another fish swimming behind him. And this one has got scales, really simple to make but really effective. Just the same piece cut out over and over again and then laid over each other. I'm going to show you really quickly how you can make some scales for your fish. So I'm going to take my darker colour of tissue paper, and you just want to cut a narrow strip down the width of it, probably about 1 inch wide ought to do it. Okay. All right, and then I am going to, all I'm doing is folding it like this in a sort of concertina. If I show you close up like this. And do that all the way down the length of it. And what this means is that when you cut out, you're just cutting once to make, and you'll make lots and lots of scales in one go, and it makes life very easy. Okay, so that's all folded. I'm going to tidy that up a bit. All right, so I've got my concertina here, and I fold it up. And I'm going to do 1 cut in a scale shape, this, like that. And now I have lots and lots of scales. I've got about 10 there from doing 1 cut. And then you just take your fish and your glue stick and glue all over that one. And I'm going to stick that onto here, like this. Again, sticking it on the back because it just looks so much better, so much neater on the front if you put the scales on the back. And then quickly stick down a couple more just to show you how they can overlap each other. And this is a really fun and simple method for you to have a go at home. Okay. And there we go, just like that. Right, now, so we're asking you to make a fish to send in to us, but for your window display at home, you might want to make something a bit more elaborate. So there are lots of ideas on the front and back of the sheet, actually. We've got these ones here. We've got all of these creatures here on the back. And if you've got any nature books at home, have a look in those for inspiration. And you can make whatever you like. You'll see up here, I've got a marlin and a jellyfish. I've got some little fish here that I've just cut straight out of the tissue paper. Dolphins, things I'm working on at the moment. I've got a whale. I'm currently making things to go inside his tummy. I'm not quite sure what to put in there yet. And I'm also making this orca. He's going to have a net pattern in his tummy. You can also do a shark. I did this one quite early on, actually, when I was just experimenting with the tissue paper, and I put the other colour on the front, but it looks so much better if you have it behind it. Also got this fish. Again, going back to the theme of pollution, he's got a plastic bag for a tummy. So just get creative. Think out of the box. You'll also see swimming around these divers. I've made quite a few of those, and so their job obviously is to pick up all of the plastic that is littering the ocean. And you can make the diver by, now I would use your thick piece of card to make these, because it works so much better to keep their joints in place, and they'll retain their positions better when you make those. So when you're making them, just think about all the places in your body that you bend. And that's where you want to put split pins on the back. You just make a little hole, put the split pin through it, and then they are movable. This particular one, actually, I kept all my sweetie wrappers from Christmas, so I thought that they would come in handy, and I was right. So this is made using, with the help of a box of roses. And it's in the same way that you can layer up the tissue paper, you can do the same with the sweetie wrappers. And then here is a tissue paper one. And they're both really, really colourful. And again, when the light's shining through them, they'll look fab. Also, you can see over here that this one is holding a plastic bottle. Because they've got quite long fingers, they're able to just hold on to things, so you don't have to stick them down. I have attached a wooden skewer to him, and I've to display it, and I've put it into a block of plasticine, which works really, really well. Plasticine is great. Or you could, if you want to put it in a bottle instead, glass bottles make really, really good stands. You could maybe join a couple of these together. You could perhaps tape those together and attach them to the top of that, and then put it into your bottle, and that will look really, really nice. And again, in the window, you can maybe even put lights inside the bottle to make it sort of extra sparkly. And you could also use maybe blue tack to put the skewers in, or if you don't want to use those at all, you can use some sticky dots or some sellotape to just attach them straight to your window. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the scenery. We have got, so the scenery that I have made is just on one big piece of black paper. And that is when you bring out your huge sheet here. Now, if you've got a really long window, this might not be wide enough, but you could cut it all the way down here and then split it into two and have them side by side. And then have a think about what sort of scene you would like your sea creatures to be in. Is it going to be, I mean, I think fish like to have lots of things to hide in, don't they? So maybe lots of coral and seaweed, and sand dunes and rocks and things for them to hide under. Maybe a shipwreck. I don't know, lots of ideas. And it makes a lovely sort of border in your window for everything to be within. So you could also use some just anything you've got lying around at home. Cardboard boxes are really, really good for making backgrounds. Yeah, anything you like, really. Plastic bottles. Yep. I think that's it from me, really.
Lovely. What else you can using to make the scenery, you think?
I don't know, you could use cereal packets. I don't know. I mean, there are so many things that we throw away that I think that we could look at in a different way, and find different uses for them. Yeah, more upcycling.
Do you want to show us also those little plastic waste you made as a part of your display?
I forgot about that. Yes, I've been making these. I've been making them red, so that they stand out from everything. It's all the usual sort of suspects. So we've got coffee cup and plastic bottles, little cup holders, carrier bags, obviously, really bad ones, and plastic containers, and these spray bottles as well. So there's going to be lots of those floating around in the water, and the divers are going to be picking them up.
Are you going to put them into the window displays in Yeovil Art Space?
Yes, I am. Yep, doing that tomorrow.
Well, you're quite excited. I'll be there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Hannah, today. And anything you want to give tips for people who making their window displays at home?
Oh, I think definitely add in sort of lots of little details and just sort of don't hold back. Lots of colour is good. I mean, obviously, the black makes a really good contrast with the colour. So whereas I've just cut out the scenery just in black, but you could actually put colour within the scenery as well.
Pink things behind you, that pink.
The pink thing. Oh, this?
Yes.
This is a jellyfish.
Ah!
He'll be in the display as well.
Wow, exciting. So you can make anything that you want.
And actually I made him just out of just cutting lots and lots of strips of the tissue paper.
Yeah, so it's quite a lot of different fish shapes, and also on Hannah's pack as well. It's beautiful illustrations that you are putting together. Do you want to show us again?
Yes, yeah. So yeah, there are so many interesting shapes, and look in lots of books and look online as well.
And you put all the names in there.
Yeah, I've got all the names of the fish there.
How lovely. So thank you so much. So looking forward to see your window display, and I'm going to show everyone quickly now about how you're going to join if you haven't signed up yet. So let me see. I need to go on the website. So here we are. Here we are. So you go to our website, yeovilarspace.uk/Window Wonderland, and you will see all the information here to taking parts. So you got the activity packs, like, yeah, that's not, I don't think there's any left now. So, but don't worry, you can download the design and template and here. So they're PDF and they should be easy to just download and print it out, and or just watching as just read it on your screen. So you can see here is the picture of Natasha's one, and it's the land. And here is the Hannah's one. That's really beautiful. Like, so these today is the last online workshop, but all these are going to be on our website in here soon. But also on the Facebook, you can watch it on the Facebook. And also you follow the template, and please do, if you're inspired by the artist's design, please do contribute, making a house or a fish or a bird, and to be part of the displays in window space. You can send it anytime you want. So I'm sure that would be, the events go on 2 weeks, and then we can keep adding it on. So please do send it in. And also if you make your own window displays and start to look at different ideas, and here's the guide to make a different things from other part of the UK and other part of the world. So Window Wonderland has been taking part by so many other places around the world as well. It's more than 300 places. So there's so many examples and so many inspirations like out there on the internet. So you can just Google it, Google Window Wonderland. You can see all the things you can find on the internet. So if you want to join us and want to showcase your window, what you made, and it's not too late, just join us anytime in the next 2 weeks. So the events finish on the 28th. So if you join us and you just in here in the form to put your name and your email, don't worry about the phone number, but put your postcode and the streets and click send, and where you are is going to appear on the map in here. Now the map is growing. Last week we saw less than hundreds. Now it's about 130 now. So, and also we just been in interviews on the BBC Somerset as well. So we'll let you know, and then we're going to spread the words. And if you already joined us, tell your neighbors and friends to join us as well. So thank you for tonight. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you for asking me to do it. I've loved it.
Yeah, you loved it. We love your design. So I was very much looking forward to see that all display, but also and also it's like, please visit us. And if you not making your windows, but you're interested in what we do, and just go and have your daily walk and tell your neighbor and friends and go out for a walk, and then walking around in Yeovil, you will see a different sort of window displays around. So next 2 weeks. So the event is start on the 15th and then finish on the 28th. So thank you very much for everyone. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.